Hello, my loves, and welcome back to Megan's Ghost. I'm Kara, and I have for you today another indie fragrance review. I'm going to be reviewing the Black Baccara Limited Edition 2020 Holiday Collection. Now, I can't actually review the tin because you can't get the tin anymore. The sample sizes are no more. Because I've been slacking in reviews, I couldn't actually review, or I didn't actually review these fragrances before they sold out the first time, but Calliope brought them back for a limited re-release. So I want to make sure, since you can't get a sample, if you're going to go for the full size, you know exactly what you're in for. Now, they are available in 5mm apothecary dropper bottles. The processing time right now is up to 8 days, but often, between you and me, she ships a lot sooner than you would expect. 4 of the 5 fragrances are still in stock. One of them, the Bells, actually sold out again. Or I'm actually not sure because I only checked this afternoon. Maybe she didn't restock that one. I don't know. Either way, you cannot get the Bells right now. I'm still going to review it, but I'm going to shove that to the end of this video. So let's just kind of dive right in, right? Why waste time? I'm going to start with the 2 more masculine fragrances, then I'm going to go into my 2 favorite fragrances, and then I'm going to go into the Bells and just review that in case you ever see it on a swap or a sale on the Indie Makeup and More subreddit. So let's begin with Marley. Marley is masculine. The aroma palette is dark and woodsy with hints of musk, and I'm reading this right from the website like I always do. Dark woodsy with hints of musk. Highlights include overgrown ivy, antique leather, spikenard, a ghosting of 19th century cologne, yuzu, and an aged laurel leaf wreath. So of course Marley was inspired by the dead, very dead. Dead as a doornail. Very important that you understand that he is actually dead. Partner of Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol. And I love this. I think with the name Marley, it almost sounds unapproachable, right? Like it must smell like some kind of creepy ghost, or it must smell like some old dusty man. But actually, I think this is a great masculine fragrance for the winter. I really loved the flannels and the bonfire scents for men from the fall, but for the winter, I love this. It's very spicy. To me, I was smelling clove, which might have been coming from the 19th century cologne, but I think that this is a mature, cold scent that is wonderful for winter. Now, I think that when I say cold, I don't mean like I'm going to talk about some atmospherics in this collection later on that actually smell like you were standing outside in the cold. This is more like you're standing inside a nice home, or maybe even an old mansion by the fireplace when it's cold outside. There's something comforting to this scent, and there's a maturity to it. This is not like a fragrance that I think a 16-year-old boy would wear. I think they should probably stick with Axe. This is more of a seductive, older gentleman scent. So it's kind of like an approachable, sexy winter smell that has just the faintest undertone of like grandpa. And when I say grandpa, I mean how some people, including myself, can associate florals with like a grandmotherly smell. I think that the kind of spice blend, that 19th century cologne, it's a little grandfathery, but in a great way, in a way that I think that if a man were to wear this, that he would smell just a little bit more mature and a little bit more sophisticated and silver foxy. Would I wear Marley? I mean, I do wear masculine fragrances quite often. I like them. I really like unisex perfumes too. For me, this is not one I'm buying the full size of, but I do think that if only my fiance cared about fragrance, I'd probably buy this one for him to wear. But it's actually not my favorite between this and the other more masculine scent, which is Evergreen. So let me tell you about Evergreen. The aroma palette is earthy and woodsy. Highlights include fir balsam, icy forest floor, snowy cedars, spruce, and cypress. So evergreen, earthy and woodsy, Marley, dark and woodsy, right? Marley is more spicy, evergreen is more natural, it's brisk. Marley, you're inside by the fireplace. Evergreen, you're outside in the snow and in the woods. I love evergreen. It takes everything about a pine tree that is great and puts it in something that's wearable and approachable. This is not an atmospheric, like attic ornaments that doesn't necessarily seem like something you'd wear out and about. This one is a fragrance made for humans, right? But it's authentic. It really smells like evergreen trees. It's grounded in the snow. It's grounded in that icy forest floor. So she goes on to write that this is a deep, dark, snowy blend of evergreens and icy pathways branching out across the forest floor. The blend travels through a variety of evergreen trees, reaching glimpses of frost and cool north winds on the dry down. I really enjoy this one. I don't like earthy smells. And when I get to the bells, I'm going to talk more about that. This is not earthy like dirt. This is earthy like fallen snow. You're not getting any earth or you're not getting any dirt or moss or any of that because it's all covered in this blanket. And instead, what you have is something fresh and crisp. It's clean. I love the pine. It has enough of like a heaviness to the scent. So I actually bought this fragrance as a gift for my dad. When it restocked, I got it. I'm like, he's gonna love this. I had also gotten him Ebenezer for Christmas. I just got a real cute text with him before I started filming because I had told him that I bought this and he said, "Awesome, I love everything from Black Baccara." He has smelled exactly one thing from Black Baccara, but he was so impressed with Ebenezer. I'm happy that I get to keep building his collection. So I think he's gonna love this. He's really into fragrances, likes things that smell good. When my fiance tried it on, he didn't care for this one so much. Just kind of smelled like a tree to him. I personally think that there's a lot of nuance to this, and it's not just smelling like a tree. But he and I will agree to disagree. That is Evergreen. Next, I'm going to go to my favorite. Favorite, yes. If I had to pick one, I'm picking two. In fact, I did pick two. Technically, I picked three. But if I only picked one to get in this restock, it would be Winter Village. The aroma palette for Winter Village is a spicy, fruity gourmand. Highlights include eggnog, black cherry, allspice, charred vanilla, and tobacco absolute. So I'm wearing Winter Village on this wrist right now. Yep. Yep. Still, no matter how many days I wear this, no matter how many times I wear it, that is pretty much my reaction every time. Just head thrown back. I can't even handle being alive right now. I love it so much. Winter Village gives me such a strong feeling. I love it. Winter Village, I'm thrilled that it came back. I was so sad I missed the full size when it was first released because I got the sample and I felt like I couldn't touch it ever again because I loved it so much. I wore Winter Village on when I got it, Christmas, and then I didn't touch it because I was so afraid of running out of it. Now I can just wear with wild abandon. Winter Village is everything I want in a daily driver for winter. It is the winter version of Carnival of Ghosts. Let me explain. They both have an energy. They make you feel uplifted. Carnival of Ghosts, the energy was, from the excitement of apple picking and pumpkin picking and, um, you know, getting ready for Halloween and all of that kind of spooky, cozy air. Winter Village, the excitement is from hearing music from the shop windows, seeing Christmas lights everywhere you go. Winter Village is much more like, oh, I'm getting ready for exchanging gifts, I'm getting ready for seeing family in the before times. That's Winter Village, right? Carnival of Ghosts had the air, right, swirling in it. You could smell distant apples and pumpkins and ciders. Winter Village, you can smell the air, but it's that cold air, that brisk air, right? And you can smell the ciders, you can smell the spicy fruits, the wine is what really comes through on this. So, Winter Village, when I smell it, the image is actually kind of like a memory that I think encapsulates everything this fragrance offers. I remember going to a Christkindlmarkt. My German is not what it used to be. A Christmas market with my friends years ago, and there was an ice skating rink that had just been a pond, but it was so cold that kids were ice skating, couples were ice skating. It was really sweet. There were a lot of stalls with homemade, decorations, kitsch, um, decor, food, and there were multiple stands selling mulled wine. And so on this day, it was so cold. There was snow on the ground, and there wasn't a lot of wind. It was just very, very cold. So thankfully it wasn't windy or rainy, because I don't think anyone else would be able to stand it. We were all bundled up. I'm thinking about holding that cup of that mulled wine, and with all of the cold air around me, with all of the music and all of the fun around me, closing my eyes and taking a sip of that wine. That is what this perfume is. All that uplifted energy with the distinct atmosphere of cold outdoor air and these notes that to me scream mulled wine, the black cherry, the allspice, charred vanilla. The tobacco absolute helps with the air and with the slight booziness. Very slight. It's more fruity than boozy. To me, the eggnog does get lost, and I think it gets lost in that vanilla and the spice. I love this. I'm going to wear it just about every single day. I'm just looking at the website, and one review says the iconic holiday season scent. Yes, I completely agree. But there's one more that I bought the full size of for myself, and that is Attic Ornaments. Attic Ornaments is different than everything else because this is a true atmospheric. So let me read this for you. The aroma palette is atmospheric, woodsy, and fruity. Highlights include artificial snow, plastic ornaments, metal hangers, dusty pine needles, manger hay, static electricity, and aged pomaters. I think Winter Village definitely leans feminine. Attic Ornaments is about as true of a unisex fragrance as you can get because there is no gender associated with a box of plastic Christmas tat, right? That defies all genders. I think Attic Ornaments is one of the most impressive fragrances that I've smelled in a really long time. The last one that impressed me in this way was 1692's Losers Club, which smelled like a creepy balloon. Literally like a balloon with a little bit of creepy atmosphere. This smells exactly like what it says it does. It smells like attic ornaments. And it smells like old attic ornaments, right? So this was inspired by Calliope's childhood in the 80s. My childhood was in the 90s. I think that this kind of smell transcends the difference in decades, right? If you had a childhood or at least a holiday season time like I did, or like it seems like Calliope did, then you're all too familiar with those big plastic bins. And my family always had that one, and it just Sharpie on the top, it just said Christmas decorations, right? I've got one in my attic right now. Opening that up is what this smells like. It's heavy on the plastic and it just smells so fake and artificial. And I can almost hear lights buzzing, like from that static note. That static note is wild. It's really cool. It paints a vivid picture. I'd actually like to read what Calliope wrote because, one, she is excellent at writing. I just am swept away with the way she can describe things, but I think that she's just going to paint this picture better than I can. All right. This atmospheric holiday blend was inspired by the yearly haul of holiday ornaments from my grandmother's attic in the late 1980s. The boxes that we gleefully brought down for the winter season each year always had a particular smell that spoke of both the holidays that had already passed and the new ones to come. This blend contains the ghosts of Christmas trees past, a quick whiff of artificial snow, the nostalgic plastic smell of ornaments and bits of old toys, the metallic tang of metal hooks, the pleasantly dusty aroma of manger hay, the fruity scent of aged pomanders, and ghostings of electricity wafting off of fabric. Honestly, a truly inspired scent. I bought the full size of Attic Ornaments not because this is a perfume I'm going to put on when I have date night, but because this is a fragrance that is so nostalgic. I think everyone that was flipping their lid over book fair might sleep on Attic Ornaments, but they shouldn't. This is so evocative of childhood getting ready for Christmas. I've not, I guess I did. It's because I haven't ever smelled anything like it, but no, I did about once a year, every year in my youth. This one is really cool. And when I think of attic ornaments, I actually think of that Radiohead song, Fake Plastic Trees. I'm just thinking that attic ornaments really represents a lot of that. It's consumerism. It's fake, right? It's fake trees. It's fake snow. It's all this stuff that we just throw in our houses. But this isn't pessimistic to me. This is part of our culture and our upbringing. And I think that there is beauty in that, even if there is a little bit of sadness of getting out of touch with nature. If you want to feel in touch with nature, go to Evergreen or go to Winter Village. If you just want to drink in nostalgia without any judgment or care, get attic ornaments. It's so cool. I think that attic ornaments is one that I'm gonna wear in the evening when I want a little solitude, maybe watching old holiday movies, or any time that I'm gonna do something traditional with family. This is one I'm not going to wear as often as Winter Village, but when I do, it's going to be special. And it's going to ground my new memories with the old ones. I really love attic ornaments. I hope my description is even doing it justice. Please don't sleep on attic ornaments. In terms of masculine feminine, I already mentioned this is a true unisex. I think Black Baccara in general makes fragrances that just tend to be okay for everybody. And I think that I just love it. I just love it. What can I even say? Let's just move on. I'm getting just tongue tied thinking of attic ornaments. I'm so happy that I'm going to have the full size. What I'm not going to have the full size of is the bells, and you probably won't either unless you've already gotten it. So, the Belle's aroma palette is darkly floral and earthy. Highlights include lily of the valley, winter rain, old moss growing on stones, antiqued leather, Peru balsam, sweet orange, and church incense. I have the bells on this wrist because when I saw that it was already sold out, I was like, why though? This was the one that just sold out. So again, I don't know if this was restocked or if it sold out again, but I was like, huh, okay, let's see what's going on. Dark floral sounds cool. This to me falls a little flat. It's more damp and earthy and mossy. It's the kind of earthy that I just do not care for. So I'm not very skilled at giving good and balanced reviews on these scents because I just don't care for them, but I'm going to do my best. You really smell the leather. When I was kind of smelling it and just jotting down notes before I made my review, to me, it smelled like an old, like grandma's couch. Just wasn't great. You do smell that sweet orange right away, and that fades a little bit on the dry down. What you get more of as you wear this longer is the church incense and the stones and the moss and the rain. This is like cold. This is like outside the doors of a church on a really cold, damp day. If you like leaves and moss and earth, you're really gonna like this. This is more haunted. This is not a cozy scent. This is, you know what this is? You know what this has the feeling of for me? When I have to clean up after my dogs on a rainy day, it doesn't smell anything like dog mess. I don't mean to say that. I mean just that feeling I have. Like, I'm outside. It's cold. It's raining. I don't want to be out here. I'm just kind of trudging. I'm only out here because I have to be. That's what the bells brings up for me. Um, I don't really have a romantic way to describe it. That's what I got. I do think that this is going to be the perfect fragrance for someone who loves those notes, right? If you like to smell like rain. I guess this could actually be nice, like, if you're someone who loves just rainy weather in general, like maybe you're outside and you're a writer, you're creative, and just that kind of like darkness and moodiness of the atmosphere livens you up, you're gonna like this. For me, they just make me want like hot chocolate and blankets and everything to distract me from the fact that the weather is that way. But if you really lean into that, you'll like the bells. Just as I'm finding ways to describe it in a positive way, it occurs to me that you're still not going to buy it because it's sold out. But if you do see it on an indie swap, usually people are selling their fragrances really inexpensively, or you can swap it for something you didn't care for as much. It's worth trying, like I mentioned, if you like those notes. For me, though, I'm going to go with Winter Village, even though if I keep smelling it, I think I might break my neck. So that's the review that I have for you today. I hope that it was helpful, and I hope that you enjoyed this review. I have more coming for you. I have taken my time off. I am recharged. I am ready to get back into the game. So I am going to be reviewing different houses and different products. I actually have a hair mist. I have some lotion to share for you. So if there are any houses that you want me to review or any other indie brands, please let me know so that I can check them out. If there are any kinds of products you want me to check out, like whether it's makeup, nail polish, more candles, other body products, soaps, whatever, please let me know. I want to make reviews that you're going to like and that are going to be helpful for you. So if I can buy it before you have to and help you make a decision, then let's do it that way. So I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!